Many people have heard of the big company known as Netflix. But what people didn't know back then was that in 1997, this small startup, which was born in California, would forever change the way the world consumes entertainment. It started with a simple idea: mailing DVDs to customers, avoiding late fees, and undercutting the brick-and-mortar rental giant, Blockbuster. What seemed like an unassuming business model turned into an unstoppable force. Less than a decade later, Netflix pioneered the shift to streaming, offering unlimited entertainment at the click of a button. By the 2010s, it had become a cultural powerhouse, an empire that dictated viewing habits, reshaped Hollywood, and redefined global entertainment. But behind Netflix's polished interface and binge-worthy content lies a darker reality, one of ruthless corporate ambition, exploitative working conditions, and a profound impact on society that few fully understand. Netflix is not just a company, it's a machine that thrives on data, psychological manipulation, and relentless expansion at any cost. At the heart of Netflix's success is its algorithm, an unseen force that dictates what millions of people watch. This powerful AI doesn't just suggest content, it studies human behavior, tracking every pause, rewind, and binge session. It learns what makes users click, what keeps them hooked, and what triggers the brain's dopamine system. Netflix is not merely providing entertainment, it's engineering addiction. The autoplay feature, the seamless transitions between episodes, and the cliffhanger endings are not accidents. They are meticulously designed mechanisms meant to hijack attention spans and keep subscribers glued to their screens for hours, sometimes days, on end. The consequences of this digital dependency are staggering. Sleep deprivation has become a growing issue, with studies showing that binge-watching leads to poorer sleep quality and increased fatigue. Psychologists warn that compulsive viewing habits share similarities with gambling addiction, with Netflix leveraging the same psychological tricks that casinos use to keep players at slot machines. The company thrives on engagement, knowing that the longer users stay on the platform, the more valuable they become. In its pursuit of maximizing watch time, Netflix has built an entertainment ecosystem that rewires human behavior in ways most people don't even realize. But addiction isn't the only price of convenience. Netflix's dominance has upended entire industries, leaving destruction in its wake. Traditional television networks, once the gatekeepers of entertainment, have struggled to compete. Blockbuster, once a $6 billion rental empire, was reduced to a single store in Oregon before finally becoming a relic of the past. But even as Netflix crushed its competition, it has faced its own reckoning, one that reveals cracks in its seemingly invincible empire. For years, Netflix operated on a simple strategy: grow at any cost. It burned billions in cash, securing exclusive rights to TV shows and movies, flooding the market with original content, and ensuring that no competitor could catch up. The company promised that it would all pay off in the long run. Investors believed the vision. Then, in 2022, something changed. For the first time in over a decade, Netflix lost subscribers. The illusion of perpetual growth shattered, and Wall Street panicked. Netflix's stock plummeted, erasing over $50 billion in market value in a matter of days. The company's response was swift and ruthless. Cost-cutting measures slashed budgets, canceled beloved shows without warning, and laid off hundreds of employees, particularly in its animation and diversity teams. The same platform that once championed creative freedom and risk-taking had now become a graveyard for unfinished projects, leaving writers and directors stranded. The message was clear: if content wasn't making money, it didn't belong on Netflix. While subscribers felt the impact of fewer high-quality shows, the real turmoil was happening behind the scenes. Netflix's corporate culture, once praised for its radical transparency and high salaries, revealed itself to be a cutthroat environment where employees lived in constant fear. The company's infamous keeper test meant that if an employee wasn't considered indispensable, they were let go without hesitation. The pressure to perform was relentless. Some former employees have described it as a culture of paranoia where colleagues could be fired overnight with no warning or second chances. Yet Netflix's greatest ethical dilemmas don't come from within its offices but from the content it chooses to platform. While the company has been praised for pushing boundaries and producing critically acclaimed shows, it has also faced intense scrutiny over its handling of sensitive topics. The 2017 series 13 Reasons Why was accused of glorifying suicide, with mental health experts warning that it could trigger copycat cases among teenagers. Netflix initially defended the show but later removed a graphic suicide scene after backlash. Then there's the issue of true crime content, one of Netflix's most lucrative genres. Documentaries like Making a Murderer and The Tinder Swindler have drawn millions of views, but critics argue that Netflix profits from sensationalizing real-life tragedies. Families of victims have spoken out, accusing the company of exploiting their pain for entertainment, often without their consent. Netflix's business model thrives on controversy, and it knows that the more shocking a story is, the more engagement it will drive. But perhaps the most sinister aspect of Netflix's empire lies in its global ambitions. The company's expansion into international markets has been aggressive, pumping billions into non-English content to secure dominance across Latin America, Asia, and Africa. While this has led to a surge in diverse storytelling, it has also come at a cost. In countries like South Korea, where Netflix's investment in local productions has skyrocketed, workers in the film and TV industry have reported grueling conditions with low wages and extreme working hours. Despite raking in massive profits from global hits like Squid Game, Netflix has been criticized for failing to adequately compensate local creators, reinforcing a system where the company reaps the rewards while the workers on the ground struggle to survive. Even as Netflix continues to push forward, the streaming industry is shifting beneath its feet. The rise of competitors like Disney+, HBO Max, and Amazon Prime has fragmented the market, forcing Netflix to fight harder to retain its audience. Password sharing, once an unofficial feature that helped Netflix grow, has now become a target. The company, once known for its leniency, has started cracking down on shared accounts, introducing strict verification processes that alienate longtime subscribers. As Netflix seeks new ways to sustain itself, it has begun embracing the very practices it once rejected. A company that prided itself on being ad-free is now rolling out an ad-supported tier. A platform that revolutionized content delivery is now struggling to keep up with the very disruption it created. The reality is that Netflix is no longer the underdog, it is the establishment. And like every empire before it, the question is not just how long it can rule, but what happens when the cracks start to widen. Netflix was built on a promise: unlimited entertainment, available anytime, anywhere. But that promise comes with a hidden cost. It's a platform that reshapes culture, dictates what stories get told, and influences how people think and behave. It creates jobs but also destroys them. It empowers creators but also exploits them. It entertains, but it also addicts. So the next time you press play on your favorite show, ask yourself, are you watching Netflix, or is Netflix watching you?